Hello everyone. So in the previous video we have discussed about what is virtualization and the hypervisor. So in this video we are going to discuss about the different types of virtualization, right? So you can see here what is virtualization. We already know that it allows the multiple virtual environment to be run on a single physical server by abstracting the hardware resources such as CPU, memory, storage and networking. Okay, this is what the virtualization is. But if you see here, we have two different types of virtualization. First one is server-based virtualization. Second one is hypervisor-based virtualization. So as name suggests, server-based virtualization. So what happens in this case? Virtualization software is installed on the top of the existing operating system, that is host operating system we can say, and the host manages hardware resources and provides services to a virtual machine. Okay, so simple concept. In the case of a server-based virtualization, a software is installed on the top of the existing operating system, that is host OS, and then it manages the hardware resources and provides services to a virtual machine. So this is what server-based virtualization is. What about the hypervisor-based virtualization? Now in the case of hypervisor-based, you can see here a hypervisor is directly control the hardware without requiring a host operating system. So in the case of server-based, we are dealing with the existing operating system. In the case of hypervisor-based, without requiring a host operating system. So these two important keywords you have to remember, because in the exam there can be a question like this. Okay, either in the case of multiple statement or simple one-liner question as well. So this is what a server-based and hypervisor-based virtualization is. Let us discuss the architecture also. So here you can see, here we have a server hardware, and here you can see an existing operating system, host operating system, and then it is directly interacting with the virtual machines 1, 2, 3 like that. In the case of hypervisor, hypervisors interacting with the physical hardware, and then you can see here we have a virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2. So there is no need of the host operating system here. Okay, remember this one. Now you can see here the comparison, right? So host operating system required in the case of server based, yes. In the case of hypervisor based, no. What about performance? Moderate, as hypervisor is directly installed on the physical hardware. So here we have a higher performance and higher security, right? So security is lower in the case of server based. Then here we have a resource utilization, lower in the case of server based, better in the case of hypervisors, because we are interacting with the physical hardware here. Okay, so deployment is easy in the case of server based because we have a host operating system there. Okay, but here we are dealing with the hardware, so it's a little bit complex. Suitable for desktop, lab, then we have a data center, cloud, etc. Okay, examples you can see VirtualBox, VMware Workstation, and here you can see Hyper 5 like that. Okay, I hope you understand what we have discussed about the server-based and hypervisor-based virtualization. Okay, so you have to remember these two important keywords, or you can just remember this comparison here. Okay, the question can be expected based on this particular slide. Okay, but I hope you understand the concept here. Now next we have two different types of thing. First one is type 1 and type 2 virtualization. Okay, so type 1 hypervisor, you can see that is a bare metal. So whenever we are saying type 1 hypervisor, bare metal, type 2 hypervisor, hosted. Okay, so very important topic. I have seen 2 to 3 questions based on this single line here. Which type of hypervisor is type 1? So there is one of the option is bare metal, or you can ask, or you can expect the question in reverse order also. In the case of SBI IT Officer examination, there was one question based on the type 1 hypervisor. In the case of one of the bank IT Officer examination, there was a question based on the type 1 hypervisor only. And in that case, the keyword is bare metal. Remember this one. Type 1 hypervisor, bare metal. Type 2 hypervisor, hosted. Okay. Then you can see what is type 1 hypervisor. It acts as a lightweight, specialized operating system that is installed directly onto a physical server hardware. They do not require any underlying host operating system. This is what the type 1 hypervisor is. In the case of type 2, So type 2, here we have 2 layers. In type 1, we have 1 layer. Okay. Now what are those layers? See here. Type 2 hypervisor operates as a standard software application installed on the top of existing operating system like Windows, Mac OS or Linux here. Okay. In the case of type 1, that is basically a bare metal, it's installed directly onto a physical server. In the case of type 2, software application installed on the top of the existing operating system. That is what the hosted you can see here. Okay, so these two things are very important and the comparison of this. But you can see a comparison here in the case of type 1, bare metal, type 2, hosted. Remember, runs directly on hardware. Yes. Runs on top of the host operating system. Yes. High performance and low latency because we are dealing with the hardware here. Slight overhead due to host operating system. Greater security and no host operating system. Easy setup and management. Enterprise and data center use, developer, testing, personal use, we can say, needs dedicated hardware, and here shares host hardware resources. Okay, so this comparison is also very important. So whatever I am discussing in this particular lecture on the slides, or I can say on the slides, those are very important exam point of view. Okay, so you can expect a question based on this particular content only from these topics. Okay. Now you can see architecture here. So what I said, type 1, 1 layer, type 2, hosted, right? So 2 layer here. So you can see here we have a physical hardware and we just have a 1 layer of hypervisor, that is type 1 hypervisor. That's it. And then we are interacting with the virtual machines. In the case of type 2 virtualization, here we have a physical hardware, but you can see here we have a host operating system and type 2 hypervisor here. And then we are interacting with the virtual machines. So type 2 hosted and we have a 2 layers, you can remember like that. Type 1 bare metal, only 1 layer is there in between. Okay, so you can see the examples of type 1 and type 2. But this thing is very important. Okay, and you can see a comparison here. Installation directly on hardware, on host operating system. Performance high, lower in the case of type 2. Security, it is better. Type 2 lower. Overhead minimal. Type 2 high. Resource utilization, it is more efficient because we are dealing with the hardware directly. It is less efficient. Usage, you can see enterprise cloud, or here you can see desktop testing. Okay, so this is what the comparison of type 1 and type 2 hypervisor, very important. Now here we have 2 more important things deal with the virtualization. First one is full virtualization and then we have para virtualization. Okay, so you can see in the case of full virtualization, the guest operating system is unaware that is running in the virtualized environment. In the case of full virtualization, guest operating system is unaware that is running on the virtualized environment. Okay, so you can see the hypervisor completely emulates the hardware resources. Okay, now what about the para virtualization? As name suggests, para virtualization. In the para virtualization, the guest operating system is modified to communicate directly with the hypervisor here. So here you can see guest operating system is unaware that it is running on the virtual environment, but here guest operating system is modified to communicate directly with the hypervisor. That is what para virtualization is. Instead of emulating all the hardware, the guest uses special hypercalls. Okay, so what is this? Let's discuss that. Now you can see a difference of full and para virtualization. In the case of full virtualization, so what we have discussed, guest OS is completely unaware it is running on the virtual machine. Guest OS is modified to know it's run inside a virtual machine and cooperates with the hypervisor. That is what para virtualization is. Here you can see features, binary transaction, complete isolation because guest operating system needs zero modification, right? Wide compatibility, higher overhead. But in the case of para virtualization, you can see hypercall interface. So guest operating system uses hypercalls instead of privileged instruction. Then here we have OS modification. Kernel must be modified, or we can say not possible with a closed source operating system here, right? Better performance and limited compatibility. Okay. I hope you understand the difference of full and para virtualization. This slide is very important. You can just note down these important points. That's it. Okay. Now how they work, right? Let's look at the architecture here. So here we have the physical hardware, then we have installed the hypervisor, and here you can see unmodified guest operating system. So here we have a binary translation, and here we have applications, for example virtual machine 1, 2, 3, like that. In the case of para, what happens? Here we have a hypervisor but modified guest operating system with the help of hypercall API. So hypercalls deals with the what? Para virtualization. Remember this keyword. Okay. So you can see here the guest operating system makes normal privilege calls. Then it goes to hypervisor. Then hypervisor intercept and translate via binary translation or shadow page tables. In the case of para virtualization, modified operating system makes hypercalls directly to a hypervisor, and here you can see no translation overhead. So I can say a better input output performance here. Okay. So this is what the architecture of para and full virtualization. Now you can see this comparison, very important slide. Okay. So in this video, we have discussed three important things, right? First one is based on the server based and hypervisor based virtualization, then type 1, type 2 virtualization, then full and para virtualization. All these topics are mentioned in the SBI SO IT Officer notification syllabus. Okay, so you can just check out the SBI IT syllabus. They have mentioned all these particular topics. So that's why we have covered these important topics here. Okay, so you can see okay, now you can see a comparison here, full versus para, right? So guest operating system awareness, unaware of virtualization, para aware. Then OS modification not required, here required. OS compatibility, any operating system, here open source OS only. Performance slightly lower because of translation, here near native we can say because of a direct hypercalls. Input output performance emulated, then we have a moderate speed. Here we have for optimized drivers because of due to this we have a high speed here. Mechanism, binary translation plus wrapping, hyper interface API. Okay, so you can just go through this comparison. That's it. You can see portability, high, lower, security isolation, strong because of binary translation layer. Here also it is strong, hypervisor still mediates, right? So you can see example here. I hope you understand what we have discussed in this particular slide. What you have to do, take out your handwritten notes and just make a note of this particular slides. So whatever we have discussed in this particular video, you have to make your own handwritten notes based on the content here. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thank you.